All right, it's on.
It's on.
I think it's on.
I think it is.
Here I am. Hola.
Hello, YouTube.
Buenas noches.
Good afternoon or good evening. So I think it's good evening because it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock, yes.
Yeah, so it's good evening.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hopefully they're home.
Is anybody out there old enough to remember that? At 10 p.m. they used to always say, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Nope.
That was in New York. I don't.
Really?
It was Channel 7 or Channel 11, one of those. Or NBC, I don't know.
And you're old, honey.
Thank you for the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Pablo Marte, and this is my beautiful wife, Marisely Marte.
Hello, everyone.
And we are power marriage.
Yeah, it's not because we are.
No.
No.
We're power marriage because we're working on becoming a power marriage.
Yes.
Every day we're putting in the work, working on ourselves, working on our marriage, so that we can be a power marriage.
Yes, we actually are working every single day. It's a process because we still have our disagreements at the time. I think yesterday or today we had one. So
Did we do any reps today so we can become a power marriage?
mm-mm.
You don't remember doing any reps?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, we had a discussion that I don't think we were using our skills today.
But I think we did enough reps where today we read like that many pages maybe on that binder under there, which
Yes.
you can't see because it's in front of that table. And
We're
I have an
studying
iPad
a
on
couple
top of
things.
it. Yes. And we studied like 3 or 4 hours there. So
Mhm.
I think that's reps. And this morning, all that typing I did, you were doing something else.
Mhm.
That's reps. A lot of reps today. So it just doesn't feel like it though.
Yeah. No.
So today we're going to talk about the law of attraction, Christian style.
Oh wow.
You know what that is?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
You know what the law of attraction is?
Mm,
You know what a magnet is?
yeah.
Okay, so it attracts another
Okay.
magnet or
Yeah.
metals.
Okay.
The law of attraction pretty much is how you attract things to you. And usually people do it with either, love, right? They're going to attract a spouse, they're going to attract money, they're going to attract, a car or certain things that they want to attract, right? That they're, so we have, I put down here, you can't see it because your camera's pointing up here. At least I don't think you can see it. But we have the law of attraction for Christians. And one of the things is faith moves God to act, right? And what is faith? You know what faith is, right?
Yes, it's something that you gotta believe in. You can't see faith, but it's something that if I have faith that God is going to do something in my life, then I actually believe and put all my faith in His trust, in His power, in His will that He will do that in my life.
Faith, another way of putting it is faith is believing without seeing,
Yes.
right? Let me bring this up closer. So faith is, right, believing without seeing. And pretty much, right, so faith moves God to act.
Yes.
And the reason why we say that is because, well, there's a lot of things going on out there that are bad and sad and, right, there's, let's say, people crying, there's poverty, there's war, there's diseases, right? And all those things are bad and sad, but that doesn't move God to act. Right? A lot of people don't understand that. But that's not what moves God. What moves God is faith. So let's say if I have a disease or I'm praying for somebody who has a disease, and if I believe, then that's different. That will move God to act. So God acts on faith, not just on the need, because there's need everywhere. Right now there's need all over the world. I mean, everybody, we have certain needs, but what's going to move him is faith.
And sometimes our faith might not be as strong as we might think it is.
Oh yeah.
Because situations come into your life that you start, your faith starts decreasing, and the more things happen into your life, fear comes in the way.
Yes.
And that's where you start losing your faith.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy because you you believe in something, and then let's say something else happens, or the result you want is not happening in the time you want, then that makes you lose a little faith and not want to believe, right? And like you said, fear that, oh, it's not what I've been praying for is not coming true. So, then somehow, your faith becomes weaker. And, that's why I think God puts two people together when they get married. And that's, if my faith is weak at the moment, hopefully she can remind me, right, of God's strength and power, and that can help strengthen my faith, bring it back to where it should be. Uh, Also, here we say, God calls the things that not be as though they were. So things that are not there yet, which is kind of with what we can't see.
Yeah, it's like what, again, these are things that it's hard as a Christian woman, as a Christian couple. We've gone through situations in our marriage that I've questioned. Like, why is this happening? Why me? Why this? Why do I keep going through this? And sometimes it's not, we shouldn't be asking God why. We should actually sit down and see from the other side of the perspective of why this is happening. Well, we make choices in our lives. Yeah. And choices have consequences. And those consequences, it's the trials that we actually go through. And sometimes we forget certain things that we do in our prior past. And sometimes the consequences might come later on. And that's when we start losing our faith. Because trials keep coming and things keep coming. Oh, yeah. And again, it's to make you stronger. Faith comes by what you don't see. And trials in our lives is actually what makes us stronger. Mm-hmm. We have to go through these trials, I guess, to start getting stronger and start having more faith in God, and that's how pretty much it generates in our lives.
Usually going through a struggle and overcoming it, that makes you stronger. So while the struggle is happening, you don't feel, maybe that's where you lose a little faith, but if you can see it through, then that usually builds character and builds more faith, right? Because then once it is solved,
and reading the word, helps out too a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Finding scriptures and trying to. What I try to is I sometimes put them in little pads, or I put them in some type of notepad, and I try to remind myself throughout the day. Read it.
Like post-it notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you have a bunch all over the office over there, and papers stuck on the wall.
So.
But hey, you have to remember. You have to remember the word, which gives you that's encouragement to keep your faith strong. And sometimes we forget, or again, it just gets difficult.
It's affirmations. We use positive words into our life. Then I try to use the Bible as an affirmation into my life. Remember, we could speak either death or life. It's how we see things and how we speak certain things in our own lives.
Yes. And then the last point here that we can make is, right, God wants you to be specific. All right, so when you ask for something, tell him what you want and be specific about it. He wants you to say exactly what it is that you want. All right, I was listening to this talk, and in the Bible, I guess I should have pulled out the verse, right? Mm-hmm. But the blind man comes to, says, "Who's that?" Walking over there. There's a commotion, and the people say, "Oh, it's Jesus." And then he starts yelling, "Son of David," he's calling out to Jesus, and the people are telling him, "Hey, be quiet, be quiet," And no, he starts yelling louder, and then Jesus goes up to him and tells him, "What do you want?" I mean, clearly Jesus could see that he's blind, and he says, "What do you want me to do for you?" Right? What do you want me to do? And he wants us to tell him what we want, and then to believe that he can do it. And then, again, that's part of the faith is going to move God to act.
Yes.
Yeah, you have anything else you want to
No, that's it.
Tell YouTube out there?
That's it, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and now we have 5.
Yes, I saw we have 5 subscribers. I am so excited. Thank you also for your comments. If you have any questions or you just want to say hi or whatever it is, leave us a comment. We definitely like to read them. And thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Yes, we appreciate that. All right. Good night.
Have a good one.
We'll see you tomorrow.